battle that is going on right now on Earth between Lyran and reptilian beings, demonic reptilian beings. Now, I want you guys to listen to me and listen to me close, okay? Before Earth, okay, there's this planet. I'm waiting for this person to pass. So just like give me like a few seconds. Okay, so there is the story on about planet Lyra being destroyed is true, and it really hurts my heart because when you think about a lot of the people in the industry, a lot of the big names, they are Lyrian and reptilian star seeds. And if you look at a lot of these girls that have this, like, they typically are like very, very greedy and they only care about wealth and power. They are Lyrian starseeds, but they are operating out of ego and they are being puppets to the demonic reptilian energy. And the thing is like, a lot of these girls, I don't feel like they're evil. They're not evil, but they need to ground themselves and leave the industry and really come back to who the fuck they are and who the fuck they were in their planet before all of this bullshit and destruction happened on their planet, because they're all being like tortured and abused by these demonic draconians. Not draconians. I mean, some of them are draconians, but most of them are reptilians. And they're evil and they're demonic as fuck. I mean, they literally come from underground. And if you think about it this way, you know, the dinosaurs that were on Earth, right? Okay? A lot of them were reptiles, right? Now hear me out. Asteroids killed the dinosaurs, right? So the dinosaurs were living underground, right? And when you think about it, I know this is like slightly off topic. When you think about it, like, this is why I say like connection to source is so important. I want you to think about the people that dug up dinosaur bones, brought them back to life, and described what they look like. I want you to tell me how the fuck they would know what they look like. That's not just a guess. That is literally an accurate depiction because they are the reptilians. They are the past souls that were on this planet or whatever that lived that life, and they found their own bones and dug them up from the ground. Okay? So, yeah, so I kind of got sidetracked, but you know, there's this battle on planet Lyra that reptilians, and I think some of the draconian race, but mainly like the evil reptilians, they invaded Lyra. They invaded the planet of these cat people, right? And you know, when you think about the Lyran starseeds, right? They are very spiritual. They like wealth and gold and shit. And I feel like this is one of the problems that they have, is operating out of ego, because they let those things, it's like the reptilian race manipulates them that way. And so that's why you see a lot of these girls who do shit for money, because they're operating out of selfishness and ego instead of heart and soul. So they came and they fucking ruined their planet and destroyed them. And so, well, they didn't completely destroy them, but the Lyrans, those Lyran starseeds, okay, I want you to stay with me. They came to planet Earth along with a lot of the mermaids, a lot of the siren starseeds, you know, the Minatonkins. The Pleiadians are also like kind of like aquatic, you know, whatever, but it's the Lyrians that came to Earth to make peace on this planet. And if you think about indigenous people, African people, you know, they would trade things for gold. This is the problem. I feel like they keep putting value in this fucking gold. That doesn't matter. So these people are like very, very egotistical, right? They're very, very selfish. And I feel like they need to come back. They need to like destroy their ego and stop putting all their wealth, like their value in this money, right? That's why you see all these fucking people on the higher ups doing evil shit or selfish shit for money because they're operating out of ego. And so you have now this battle literally happening on Earth between these like reptilian people and the Lyrans. And I feel like some people that carry some like other starseed DNA and just like human, like just human pure DNA, like just angelic DNA, right? I feel like there's some people that are Lyran and they are very selfish and they are not grounded. But I think about I'm trying not to get off track. So the native people were here first, right? They are the most grounded human beings. They do not put, I feel like most people of color, right? Between Africans and natives and Hispanics, we are all very, very spiritual, right? And we do things to be with Mother Earth and be, you know, connected to Source. But then you have these people that have this, like, some of them have a lot of Lyran DNA. I feel like some of them tend to be, I feel like mostly it's those like Egyptian people, like those motherfuckers with that Egypt, you know, just hear me out, okay? If you're smart, you could put it together, right? They tend to be very greedy. Not all of them are, but the ones that like they be, yeah. So basically those same reptilians, I'm like trying not to get sidetracked. I'm trying to explain this in a way that makes sense, but those same reptilians literally rose up from hell and came to Earth. The same way that they invaded Lyra is the same way that they invaded Earth. They invaded indigenous spaces and tried to, you know, destroy them. And now, you know, we have the world that we live in where we have one half of the world that are very, very human and very, very connected to themselves and to Source, and to the higher realm, which is, I think, mostly like Pleiadian and Venusian DNA, because those are like the biggest heartfelt DNA, and then you have the Orions who are very, very like logical people. And, we are all connected. Like us light beings, we are all connected. But the thing that is important for all of us is to stay grounded because we are human fucking beings and we are pure souls. We are not meant to operate out of ego. And I feel like the problem with, like I said, a lot of mostly Lyran people with like strong, heavy Lyran DNA and people that tend to be kind of connected to those like white, demonic, reptilian, like colonizer mindsets is like they're the ones that are constantly struggling with their ego and their soul, and they need to come back to their soul. Lyrans, like, y'all need to come back down to earth and use your big fiery lioness heart energy for good instead of using it for your own selfish ways, because a lot of y'all are allowing yourselves to be manipulated by the colonizer's mindset, which is this matrix that everyone talks about. But I wish that people would just be honest and be like, it's the colonizer's mindset. When you guys choose to come back to your soul and tap out of your ego and work with the past witches, not even witches, but like choose to work with the angels that were already here, like a lot of the witches, a lot of the native people, indigenous people. When you choose to tap into them, you are choosing to tap into true, real source. Tap into Mother Nature because they are all around. I live in Minnesota. I live in nature, like the nature part of it. When you stay away from the city, it's easier to tap into it more. I feel it very strongly. Those native ancestors, I feel that shit deep in my blood. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because I live here. I don't know if I probably carry some of their energy within me, and I feel the power of my own ancestors. Like, it's mainly those two spiritual DNA that I feel very, very deep within me. Extremely deep. And, I'm not going to list my starseed DNA because I just don't feel like it. But I just wanted to put the message that everyone needs to choose to operate from their heart and not this egocentric, evil, disgusting, reptilian fucking race of demonic ass people, because they are evil. They are evil. And when I think about, when I look at a lot of these like celebrities, a lot of them have that DNA. They are Lyrans, like they are Lyran star seeds, but they're not truly tapped into their power because they're just letting their power be manipulated by these evil reptilian fucks. So that's why I can't trust them, because they are literally protecting them. Stop protecting these fucking people. This is about the kids. Like, this is about the future of humanity. Okay? So rip your ego apart and choose to step to source, because you're letting yourself be manipulated by ego. Stop that shit. And I feel like these are a lot of the people. I think some people too, like that have draconian DNA, they're not always evil, but I feel like those people tend to be like very, very like fiery in nature, and those people that are like manipulated by this like evil reptilian draconian white man shit, they are the ones that are always like chasing this high. They're not actually dealing with their problems and letting themselves operate from their heart. They're always operating out of their ego. And so they're the ones that, you know, are always like battling some type of fucking addiction, and they're just like high and then they're low and then they're high and then they're low. Like it's an imbalance. So once they choose to stop operating out of their ego and operate out of their heart, they'll be balanced. I feel like these are also people that tend to be in very toxic fucking relationships because they're not operating out of their heart, and like they're operating out of their heart but they're not fully operating out of their heart. It's like they're operating out of this like ego, and then because they still have a heart, like they're operating out of this like lack mindset. And stop it. Like stop operating out of this like lack mindset. Tap into the fucking ground, bro. You'll be okay. You can release energy whenever you want to, but stay grounded in what the fuck is real. Stop being manipulated by ego, because these fuckers, they have to go. These evil demonic fucking evil fucks, they have to go. Period. We cannot let them take over. But because you guys are not truly connecting with real human ancestors, you know, like the native people, the indigenous roots, when you start tapping into those people, okay, their spiritual practices and all that shit, okay, it's not just a practice, it's not just a belief, it is a true connection to source, directly from source. All right, don't be too caught up in your own ego, because when you start getting too caught up in your own ego, which is like the, you know, because these people are still in power and they are really, really sending like a bad message to kids, because these people know that they have already lost. They know they're losing this battle. And so what they're trying to do is manipulate kids. I'm not going to shut up about it because it's the truth. Like, especially even in the kids movies like Disney with Descendants, okay? They are trying to manipulate kids into thinking, "Oh, you know, just forgive your abusers." No, because they're all going to be exposed. All these people are going to be exposed. And their message is, "Oh, we just made a mistake. Oh, my phone is about to die." But you can't let them spread that message. Also, don't fall for this shit that, oh, witches are bad. Like, witches are not bad. It depends on, like, if they're a good person with a heart, they could use their witch. They could be a good witch. They could be a light witch. They could be a light working witch. They don't have to be, you know. And also, Jesus is not real. Like, white people made Jesus up. The Jesus that white people are talking about is Satan. The real Jesus that existed is probably a Midwestern person, an indigenous person that wrongfully was killed because of these evil fucks. And so they twisted that story for everyone to worship the white man, the white man, the white man. That's why when people say God and they say he, and because they have this description of white man, That's all it is. It's evil. It's not real. So I could do a separate video on that, but my phone's about to die, so tap into source, tap into your heart, move from your heart. Please listen to indigenous roots and do not be fueled by ego. Goodbye.